Alright, I actually have got more wago, so you can see this few here because I used two of this one here for this one right here, as you can tell, because remember I had more than 2 wires, so I actually had to use these, which are better than having 2 wires onto these wago 11 nuts. Yeah, I know it's a bit of a mess. Can't really do much about it. So most of them, as you can tell, most of them are the 2-wire wago 221s. If I can show you, and then there's just 2 that are the 3-wire version. These are really helpful with wiring. So besides these 2, besides this one, I got this inline connector, and then I got this 5-port one. These are really handy for wiring, as you can tell, because I used them on the system. Now I'm not gonna pull the cords. It still works. It's just at least now it's connected properly like this. The wire is thin. But this holds it in very well. So there's the activate science button, which this one did come off, so I need to make sure it's put in. I think it's just the fact that I forgot to hold it in when I was doing it, but yeah, I have to. But this back box here I use for this is just a standard back box, electrical back box you can buy online or in a hardware store. And I used a screwdriver, and it was best to actually punch this from here to get this to punch in. And this is called knockout, and I was able to get wires onto this pull station. I was able to mount this pull station. So knocking out. Now I know that just instrument key won't activate because this is using a switch. Oh. So there's a switch. Yeah, switch much. You see, I did the screw on the top and screw on the bottom. So any other pull things I have, I use those same holes. They normally have those drilled. This one's technically really black box, so I was able to mount it straight on. So this is the FCI MS2. So this has not changed, except it's apart from the writing on it, whereas you see I wrote activated on here. So lift and pull is right there. I did get this used on eBay, but it does work at least. So let's, I don't want to pull it. But there is a hole here, which I'm not actually quite sure what this hole is for. I'm not sure if that's for like an address module or something. I don't know what the hole is because I already got 2 holes for mounting, as you can tell. So I'm not quite sure what this hole is for. But if you can tell me in the comments, that would be helpful, because I don't know what the hole is. And then we got this pod, as it's called. It doesn't have the branding here, but this is your pod because I bought when I got this on Amazon. It's your pod, and I hate how the key comes on the unlock position. So in here, it's a little bit quieter with this because this circuit board, I believe that's a 3-volt LED, and then the resistor and the diodes step it down. So right now it's on 9 volts, but it'd probably be a lot brighter if this was on 24 volts or 12 volts, which is what the fire alarm has are. I think this can support 9 to 24 volts because of this board here. I was able to wire it up so you can see positive, negative. There's 2 of them. I think the reason there's 2 of them is just so that you can have one to be separate for the lights, and then another 2 to be for the switch. Or you could technically just wire directly onto the switch, but I wouldn't see any use of that. But basically how I wired this one up is you just put the positive in one of these positive points here, and one of the negative points. That's how I got the light to work. And yeah, that's beeping. Let me turn it off. So that's how I got the light to work. Right now it's off, so you won't see it. So like if I turn that on, and you can see the light turns on. That beep is from this piezo buzzer, at least. So if I go ahead and do this now fully, it's a lot more quieter. But if I do it over to this FCI MS2 pole station, which I did not wire the light to light up one of these poles. That's loud, and I'm moving. I do have a breaker that I normally turn off when I work on these, when I work on this, of course. And I switch on once I'm done with it. So this just cuts power, and I can switch it back on. Now this one's not on the wall anymore, but this one used to be. Now this one's by Murray. Now Murray used to be the brand to make this type of breaker until Siemens acquired the brand. So this is this is a breaker with the older branding. So this one is kind of broken because you can. Oh, I guess it fixed itself. Because I remember before, you used to be able to just. Oh, there we go. You could put it in the middle, and it looks like it's tripped. So, but with all these, I do a wide angle, so everything looks wide. So, all right. So how I wired this one is in the back. There's a terminal block that I wired 2 wires onto the ones that weren't used by the switch of this. And then once I did, this pole synthesizer worked. This used to have an address module, but I took it out because on this circuit here, it's not addressable. It only works with conventional pole stations like these. So yeah, because this used to have an address module in the back, but I had to take it out in order to be able to wire it up to the system. Yeah, I know it's weird, but yeah, I had to do it to be able to wire up to these systems. Just to my mini system, at least. So, for my simplex addressable one, I could just wire it directly to the button on the terminal block for the address module. So I could do that. But I don't think I'm gonna switch the pole station. I'm just gonna leave it as this FCI MS2 pole station. I have actually seen this before. I've seen this in my, I think, my middle school before, the second year. I saw these, and I saw these in Live Oak, my middle school. If I switched to country club for my middle school, I mean my elementary school. What am I saying? It was elementary school that I also saw these as well. So, lifting this up does not stop the fire alarm, but it's only if you pull it. So, luckily, since this is my system, and these are my pole stations, I can go ahead and use my key to open it. Now, I normally never use these keys for anything else other than my mini system right here, for all my pole stations I own, unless if I have permission to use these on a commercial building, if it's for a test, which is very unlikely. But like I said, I only use these keys on my pole stations. I only use them on my pole stations and my pole stations only. I do not use them on commercial installs unless I have permission for it. But I never will do it because that's tampering with fire equipment when you do it. So, and if you try to take the key out of a fire alarm generator, put it into one of these pole stations, turn and open, you're tampering with the pole station. Don't do that. And don't pull this thing in a commercial building unless it's an emergency. Since it's my own system, I can do it because these are my pole stations. I own them. And this is not really commercial because I don't have a fire alarm handler yet. If I did, then yes, I will. If I did have a full-on system, then I would have actual commercial alarms and across the entire house. But no, I don't, because that would take too much wiring, and I'm gonna have to use a lot of these lever nuts. So this mini system is fine. Just downfalls, the smoke detectors they go off way too easily. Unlike so if you if you like, say you have a commercial fire alarm system installed in your house, replacing the smoke detectors, that system will not go off unless and there's a high amount of smoke and high amount of flame. Then it will set off. The smoke detectors in residential houses, they go off only when there's like a bit of smoke in the air, and like not a fire. It's annoying. I wish I could install everything and replace everything, but no, I can't. So I can't simply do that because I have to order a panel, and that's going to be very expensive. So as of now, this will have to do. I don't have a smoke detector for this. Probably runs right there with the back box. So okay, I hate when that happens. The key just comes on to unlock this, and it's only on this default model. On my BG12L, it doesn't do this. My BG12L, but NBG12 has just a hex. So, right, it just has the hex, which I don't use. I normally use ones with key locks since it's not really more secure because you can pick these open. It's just that the problem with hex type locks is that you gotta find the correct hex size or correct screwdriver size, depending on which one it is, to reset the pole station. So that's why I like keys, because you don't lose it. And the point about keys is it's a little bit more secure because if you try inserting foreign object, trying to turn it doesn't work. With the hex, you can like insert anything in. It's anything that's small enough and open the pole station. But these pole stations are not. These are not that secure still, because you could still pick them, still could break them. But at least people can't just open it up with a simple hex tool, or a simple screwdriver, if you know what I mean. So using a key is a lot better because you get the key, because it's more, you can manage your keys better. So just like to say, always having keys that with your pole stations when you buy them is extra handy, because it takes no effort. And if you take this key out and then try to, you see, it actually locks in place. So for my other pole stations, I do have other keys besides that. This just goes to my mother box. I don't actually use anymore because of the safe. But besides all that other keys, this is just a tracker in case I misplace it. So this one here is for the Edwards pole station, the one I have, which is Cat 45 key, and then the Simplex B key, which this is also a Cat 30 key. So a Cat 30 key works, and in fact, if you have an ADT violent pole station, this key will work on it. So, and then this is my notify pole station key, and then my FCI key, and then here is the report key. And it goes right in there like that. It actually goes in both ways. So it actually goes in both ways. So at least that's nice, but I don't like how they put the lock on one type of lock in that you can take the key out in unlock position. Just unnatural. So now this one does not have it right here, but the official one, but the actual one for Notifier does, and that is normal and alarmed. This one it doesn't have the shell here, and the wires coming through here. And this module here is not an address module, it's just a light module. And then so you can take this out, but I didn't decide to take it out. So there will be a cover, and then normally you wire it on the back, but this one's basically a back box as well. So So basically, couple those down. You can see it says activated with the light. I'll turn it off. You can't see if it's off, so it's hard to tell. But the easiest way I would tell is that if this pull down and the sign says, is that if you look down here, you can see that it is pulled down because this is slightly lower. So if I go ahead and reset that, you can see what I mean. Oh, come on. There we go. Like I said, so if I go ahead and pull this down, push in, pull down, you see how that goes down like this? So if I see this, so you wish that I see how this is beside this. If someone pulls it, I can easily tell that has moved. And also, when you pull this down, you can kind of see that it's kind of pushed in. When you set, it's not pushed in. You can see what I mean. You can see what I mean with it. So, and normally with this, the light normally tells you it's there. So if I pull it again, you can see the light. And yes, this does reset the same way as the real one. So let's twist it off again. So I open it, and then you see that switch right there, and then close. It switches back up, so you can actually push that down to actually the line, close it, and it resets. So because this thing is just a clone of the BG12L, just that it has a back box. So it's not that bad of a pull station. But I wish this one was yellow if you don't decide to use the light module in there. And also, in case you're showing the system, you need to figure out which one. You need to figure out which one's activated. It's hard to tell. Just like if I go from the distance, I might not know that's pulled down to look very closely that this one is pulled down. So, like I said, I'm not sure if they resolved it in the new one because I hadn't gotten any new ones of this. So. But you can see it resets the same. So the only issue I had with this is that the reason you don't hear it clipping is because the clip actually broke off of this pull station because of how cheap this is. This was a lot more cheaper than an actual BG12L. It's much more cheaper than that. So it broke off, but at least it still works. And all it needs to lock is the bottom part. The top was just there to keep it so you can't pry it open, technically. And then if you look right here, if I take this part out a little bit, there is a piece here that prevents you from doing a single action. And you can't remove it as well. And so this thing pushes in when you push it in. And then when it goes down here, it gets caught on here, which is why it can't spring back up. So I show you right here. Let's actually silence this. If I push in and pull down, you see how it doesn't go back up? Even though it was a spring, it doesn't go back up because of that mechanism there. It doesn't go back up because of this mechanism here. This one here. Once this piece goes under here, it cannot go back up. And that's also on the actual real one. And this one also has a flag as well. Oh, it has the flag of a real one as well. So, from a distance, I might not know this pull until I see this flag on the bottom. And if this is behind the stopper won't close if this flag is there. So it lets you know that you need to reset the pull station. So, if this is on a stopper here, this will actually prevent it from closing fully if it's one of those swing styles. And also it prevents the other stopper, the white one, from closing. I actually want to make sure that switch is reset. So I can pull it again, and you can't push it back up, and then you just and then Let's see. Yeah, that switch did not reset. That's why it says switch must be fully reset, or is the alarm might go off still. but yeah, like I said, with this fake U-Pot one, at least I could get more put more detail of this one, the fake one, is that it does pull just like a BG12, but it has a light. The activator is in black, and then if you look in here, it has a light module, not an addressable module. So it's not a BG12LX technically. So just your processing, but this is just a module to light up the light to make it look like it's an adjustable module, but no, it's not an addressable module. It's not an addressable module at all. It's not an addressable module. So I switch this back to active, and then open the pull station again. I'll show you that it's just a light. So I switch this on, you can see the light turns on, but as you can tell, if it's off, you see it doesn't pull like an actual BG12LX would do. If this would be wired into an adjustable panel, this light would be pulling. But it's just a simple LED light module that just turns on when the switch is knocked like this. Yeah, that's how it works. That's how the U-Pot pull station pulls. So, and then for this one here, I got the wrong key. So for this one here uses a switch as well, but this one does not have a light module. And I took the adjustable module on the back out to make it conventional. So even though I know that's why it's a code. Technically, you can get conventional ones of these that are literally the same thing, and you can just add the adjustable module later on. So yeah, because the adjustable module here it was just flapping about. I just unscrewed the wires from it. So when you have this open, you can't when you have this open, you can't just take the key out. It doesn't allow you to take the key out, so you can open up. So if you lift this up while it's open, try to pull it, this happens. So and this is how it works. It just springs. There's a spring there that springs the back, and then this here, once it's spring down, it flips the switch up, and it prevents it from going back down because of this metal piece here. To reset the switch, put it back on, and take the key out. So that one does not reset like a BG12. At least FCI miss. At least if that's how I'm concerned. But if I go ahead and insert the key and open it, for this one does reset. This one does reset when you close this, at least. That one at least closes. So like I said, so there are a few differences between this U-Pot and the official notifier and BG12L, or Firelight BG12L. And Firelight and Notifier are owned by Honeywell, so they are technically the same brand. So yeah. Honeywell basically owns like almost everything. Johnson Controls owns Simplex, and yeah, and Honeywell owns Notifier, Silent Night, and Firelight. Honeywell basically owns like almost everything. And I think they also own Gameware FCI, I believe. It's just this one here is a slightly older model, MS2. So you can see here. So it just says activated here. Now there is an FCI MS6. That's just like a one of those notified MBG1. the one that you just pull the entire, you just pull and the entire thing flies down like, so basically how it works is, it wouldn't be direction, you just simply pull and it does this, and it'll be a button that releases. And then, of course, you can't reset it because of this, because they have a spring system. And how to reset it is you first insert the key, turn, then close. Because a lot of people close it, then turn, which is you're not supposed to do that. It will bend the metal clamp. So you better not do that. So yeah, I'm yapping about it right now, but yes, with fire alarm systems, there's a lot of things you should know about fire alarms. So this one is like a BG12 that you bought, because it resets and pulls the same way. Just as no logo, there's actually a house that's on fire next to the fire logo. And the fact it comes as a bi-directional key, if we can get it. The fact that it comes with this type of key that you can insert in both ways, but you can take the key out in the unlock position, which shouldn't be happening. So, yeah, that's about it for basic updates to that. I got more wago alarm nuts and more talk about fire alarm system on how these processes operate and how this U-part actually works. So I already told about the FCI MS2 most of the time. So yeah, a lot of you might think this is an addressable module. It's not an addressable module. It's just a simple light board. They simply, when you pull this, it turns on. Simple. It's not an addressable module at all. It's not an addressable module. So for those who say in the comments that the light in there is supposed to be pulling, it's not an addressable module. It's just a light module. In order to make it actually adjustable, is you have to put the resistor in between the positive and negative, or just take the light board out, wire it directly to the switch where there's the resistor in between. Then with the adjustable module connected, and then after that, then it will be adjustable. So, like I said, this is not an adjustable pull station. So, not an adjustable pull station is just a conventional pull station with a light module. And even in the diagrams, they tell you how to wire it up. So I will go to my iPad and show you. So, hold on. So if I go to Amazon, all right. If I can find it, hold on. So I'm gonna see if I can find. Okay, here it is. Oh, it's by Cork this time. Wait. Yeah, see, you can see there's a lot of brands that you can see for this. But this one I got specifically is a U-Part, so it was branded by U-Part. Yeah, it is. See, this is the one I got. It says U-Part wire. See, 9 volt to 28 volt. That's surprising. DC. So that's how it works on my simple battery. Because this thing can take just up to 9 volts, and that's what this battery can. And this battery can supply it. So I got the call point. Now there is a strobe module, which I didn't get simply. But if you go back to the call point, I'll show you what I mean. So it came with keys, the bi-directional keys. So that's the front, that's inside. Now, the module may look different depending on which one you got, but see, this is just a light module. So if you look, you see, that's the one I have. So it's just a light module. And if you look in this diagram here, this is how you wire it up to a conventional station. Look. See? Okay, why is it in light? Because this is on one zone. It should be on multiple zones, but you can see here that you basically, okay, that's the wrong, so this is the ground here that you wire over to the negative. You put the resistor and the line resistor, and then you put the rest in the positive one. The resistor is just there for the panel to detect that there's a pole station there. And then once you pull one of these, it will get set off because of the voltage. And see, look. All wire must confirm. Connect field wiring. See, that's how to wire it up. So, yeah, that's how the G-Pod system works. It's called U-Pod. The H is actually silent. U-Pod. Okay, so U-Pod. There's one P is silent as well. But it's basically this pole station here that I've got that's on this wall here. They managed to replicate like basically everything. And this is always a rebrand as well. So, yeah. And if I switch this on, light comes on. So this is just a light module, not an adjustable module. So, yep. Hope you guys enjoyed this video.